Gemini, November 2025. First card, okay, caterpillar. This is the weirdest ass caterpillar you will ever see. But you know what? You're Geminis, Gemini AF. And I reckon Geminis are quite eccentric and it's opportunity. So like I always say, if an opportunity comes knocking, just let it in, okay? Weird and wonderful though it is, kind of, I suppose it's half cat, half pillar? Half caterpillar? Caterpillar? I don't know. Anyway, it's an opportunity, okay? Don't mind if I do. Won't kick it out of bed for eating Wotsits. I have a question for you as well, Gemini. Now, I asked the Cancerians and I'm expecting a very different response from you, but I could be wrong, right? Exhibit A. This Gemini, and it's too warm for it today, amazingly. This is my hideous cardigan, okay? This is the kind of thing, and I don't know, it's borderline, would I wear it to the shop to get a pint of milk in the morning? Maybe, but probably not, okay? So it's that kind of, you know, taking your bra off when you come home from work type cardigan. Do you have those items? Now, Cancerians, I'm very confident that they're going to say yes, and then they're going to tell me in the comments a million times over, because they will have, because they keep their shoes for like 30 years. But Geminis, air sign, mutable, gaseous exchange of the lungs, that's what you are. Do you have gopping items in your wardrobe that are your house items, slouchy, elasticated trousers? You know, the kind of thing. Let me know in the comments. Enlighten me, okay? And I will enlighten, I will enlighten you. Deep diver. Diving into a task. I like that for you. And these two go together really well. So there's an opportunity to, for some reason, I've got a whole like Benny Hill thing going on in my head about deep diver. So there's an opportunity for you to go deep with something, okay? I'm not going to allow myself to go down that childish route because we're more than that. Let's keep it elevated. Let's keep it classy. Right. There's no one better to have a laugh with in the pub day than a Gemini. What do we need to know, please, about opportunities? Now, November is, oh God, it's such a big month. I've got a big coffee going, by the way, because I'm a little bit dozy this morning. I've got to be on my Gemini AF game, which is like, whoo. I'm a Pisces, by the way, like you didn't already know that. November has got Mercury retrograde. Most of it is Scorpio season. It's got Jupiter retrograde. Something else is retrograde. There's just loads of retrograde going on. It's also November, which is, it's a witchy old month, isn't it? So I'm getting a feeling that for you, it may uncover something rather good rather than something rather difficult. Yes. Let's take 3 cards for it. Let's take 3 cards. Yep, you. Ooh. Yep. Absolutely peeing down today. What's the weather like where you are? This is very British. It's peeing down, it's dark, but also kind of broily and boiling. I know. Look, you get the moon. That's Cerberus, the 3-headed dog. And that's Hecate, the goddess of the moon, I think, actually. And she must have a Greek equivalent, and I can't remember who the Greek equivalent is. So if anybody knows, might be, is it Artemis? Let me know in the comments. You're going to know. You're a bunch of Geminis. Come on. Cerberus, the 3-headed dog, and Hecate, as far as I can see, and let's put my readers on, the 3-headed goddess. Now there's also, and this is weird, because as a reader, sometimes I get things which, hands up, I don't know enough about, but I still feel like I need to flag them up to you because I've noticed and I'm going to get this, especially in the air signs, you will know enough about it, or there will be the odd one or two people where it's like ping and a light bulb comes on. So I'm going to say dark moon Lilith, right? And because it's Scorpio season, and frankly, because I've had a hunch and I always share my hunches, that is my job. Dark moon Lilith, 3 sides to the story, 3 ways of looking at things. I'm also getting a poem coming to me. Honestly, we're just getting a whole lot coming. And I can't remember who it's by because obviously I'm on one of those days. 16 ways of looking at a blackbird? Might be 14. I know, it might be a sonnet. You'll find it. Okay. There are many ways of looking at your situation and your opportunities. They are coming in from faraway doorways. So I'm also getting a channel of, and it's a bit like this because I also got the 2 of Wands for you, and that is Chiron, the wounded healer, who's like in the cave, and I feel like he has. See in his hand? He's got like a rolled up scroll, and that's Jason from Jason and the Argonauts. And the 2 of Wands in this particular wonderful tarot deck, the Mythic Tarot, Jason's setting out on his quest, on his adventure, and he's got his 2 wands, and he's like, he's a young man. Sorry, I've put hand cream on and it's still really greasy. He's a young man and he's staking his like fiery claim. He's like, I'm here, I'm at the cave, or I'm coming out of the cave, and I'm ready to get on the old, whatever the ship was called, the Argo, Jason and the Argonauts probably, ready to board the ship and take all the tasks, because he ends up doing, as we always have in all quest films and action films and Greek myths and stuff, somebody always, like the Odyssey, which is also coming out as a film soon, somebody always starts off at like ground level, usually to do with a cave, like coming out of the darkness of the subconscious. So what I'm trying to say in a very Piscean, wibbly wobbly, wordy way is you're kind of coming out of the cave here. And the world is not as it was when you went in. And I like that, but it's a little bit mysterious because you're getting really mysterious cards. Now, this guy here, Chiron the Wounded Healer. Again, I don't know a whole lot about Chiron, but I know when I get a Chiron vibe. Okay, I'm a very vibey person. And a Chiron vibe is like, because the Hierophant also features this centaur, this guy with the, I want to call it a map. Maybe it is. Also the half man, half beast thing, half woman, half beast. Although it always seems to be a man in Greek mythology for some reason. Misogyny probably. But anyway, let's not go down that little rabbit hole. It represents the 3D and the 5D. So you've got your hooves on the floor, which a Gemini doesn't really. You're a very light touch on the earth, Geminis. You're sort of, and I've always said, and I say it every reading because it fascinates me, and I hope in the comments that you're going to tell me about it. Geminis can be in 2 places at one time. If you know, you know, and I want you to tell me in the comments. And also, and I can rely on you for this because Geminis are usually quite good at technology, if you are enjoying my video, please do hype it. There is a new hype button that YouTube in its wisdom keeps very secret. And if you're on a phone, go to the like button, smash that on your way in. If you go like that, if you're like, as if it was Tinder and you were going, oh my God, big fish, holding a lion, yeah, go that way and hype will come. It's after like clip and whatever other crap buttons that you never use, and you can hype the video and it massively helps me out. And also if you like it, hype it. Okay, so you're coming out of the cave. The scroll is there, there's a map. You're lit, you're feeling it. in a way that a Gemini feels it. And it's like, this is so weird. It's like two journeys. One is a 3D journey, like literally you could be traveling, even if it's to like the next town, but also a 5D journey that you're meeting yourself on the way back, because you are mutable. And also your card is the Lovers because there's two people on it. You're dualistic, the twins, Gemini. And everybody gets very hung up on the whole twin thing, but they don't understand the dualistic sort of existential side of being a Gemini, which is two places, one time. And Pisces is very similar, two fish, one cord. Okay, so we're like Zodiac brothers and sisters here. Yours is a little bit more intellectual than us. We're a bit like, you know Pisces. Okay, any of you like Gemini but got Pisces in your chart? Drop your star signs and everything else, moon, rising, Venus, the lot, in the comments, but don't put your date of birth. Some people do, don't do that. You're setting out on a quest. November is a dark month. The subconscious is at play, bringing things out into the light, but there are three sides to it. It's like a triple threat. Also, the Hermit, which normally we would say, that's not a very Gemini card. But remember, you're kind of coming out of a cave, which is a very hermity thing to do. So, and also we can link this with any of you having anything like my hideous cardigan. Because look, that's me going down the co-op with probably a bed sheet on, like, just need to get some milk and some Cheerios. Either way, right, I think that's a raven. I am really bad on my ornithology, but I think it's a raven. Ravens and crows, particularly ravens, bring messages. So I'm going to say it's a raven. I'm going to say there's a message. You're coming out of the cave. You're still in hermit mode. So expect November to be less out and about and more, yeah? So the opportunity, because this is an opportunity card that's coming to you, this deep dive, is not obvious, and don't go looking for it, because that's not the way it comes to you. I know, I'm liking this for you. We will look at your love life as well in the second half of this reading. There will also be an extended love reading, okay? Shall we take the next three cards? I'm feeling like I need another deck. Okay. What do I want? Oh, I do. Wild Unknown Archetype card. We're going off-road. This is like when the sat-nav chucks you out. I used to have a brilliant Australian sat-nav. I've probably told you that before. I forget my own stories. Don't let the seagulls steal your chips. I used to say that. When you get to the journey, go, you've reached your destination. Don't let the seagulls steal your chips. I'd be like, cracking up. And even when it said to turn left and right, it had like other kind of little bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? Love me a bit of Aussie though. That sounded bad. I mean, I admire the Australians. That's what I'm trying to say. I love the humour. Right. Looks like we're segueing into the erection section, the love reading, okay? Because we get the lover. And isn't that weird? And I tell you what, so weird, because when I said about the Lovers card, a little kind of light bulb went off in my head. But you are the Lovers. And this is the lover. Let me just see quickly if, you can tell I've had a coffee, can't you? I'm absolutely buzzing like a fridge. Okay. Stuff about holding someone's gaze, connection, expansion, devotion, or, okay, obsession though as well. Look out. The lover is present everywhere, not just in conventional times. Beauty is found where the lover's aura is unconditional. Okay, unconditional love. There's a whole lot about foreplay that, frankly, this is not OnlyFans. It's not Gemstone Tarot OnlyFans channel, so I'm not going to go there. But let's just say the idea of, I'm just going to say there's a lot about foreplay. I don't trust my Benny Hill mouth today. Be fully present, be awake, no expectations or rules. The lover is in awe of what the world presents. Okay. I'm getting my own hunch about this. So before we talked about the lovers, now we're looking at the lover, and this is you. One of the twins on its own terms, in its own right. How fascinating is that? Right, let's use this because this looks like a very lovers kind of a deck. Scarlet Rose, Lovers Tarot. Tell us, please, what do we need to know about romance? Ooh, flipping heck. That's interesting. Who are you? Ooh, Cripes, Struth, Flyman Rose. Okay. I don't normally have caffeine in my coffee, you can tell. I've only had a half and half as well. I'm very sensitive to caffeine. I'm like, g'day. Okay. Right. Interesting, because I really felt your Two of Wands was like a really important card, and it is, because we've got another one. This can be a decision. So there may be a decision coming in your love life. There may be a division coming in your love life. And this is backed up by the fact that we've got old Death riding in his red cloak, ready to rumble. I feel like you have that convergence, that sort of two roads going off in different directions. And it feels like you need to be a complete individual standing on your own, but also the more you can do that, the stronger any relationship around you will be, including friends, colleagues, lovers, or potential lovers. Now, Mercury goes retrograde around the 9th-ish of November, but the shadow period's from the beginning, so let's just say the whole of November it's retrograde. Geminis do well when Mercury's retrograde, no matter what sign it's in. It just, for me, very much suits the Gemini duality. But do you know what I'm getting here? And this is only like a temporary thing, but you know, like if you get two lots of train tracks and then they merge into one and then they go back out into two, I feel like you are dualistic, that a situation has two sides, or maybe three, with that Dark Moon, Lilith, whatnots, triple threat. And you need to, at first, make the two sides go into one, converge, which is very unusual for you because you thrive by being in two places at once, even if it's just mentally. Most Geminis have an insurance policy, and I don't mean necessarily house insurance, although I'm not saying it's a bad thing because it's good and I've got it. But I mean, it's hard to explain, and I want one of you to tell me in the comments, please. I mean, there is an invisible plan B for every Gemini for most of the major things that you do, because you're not stuck in one way. But you need to go against your instincts in November and to become one, and you become an absolute unit in yourself. Okay? So let's just say if this is about a relationship, and we also get the Four of Cups, which is what I call emotional neutral. Whatever your relationship status, you need to bring it into a single status of you, regardless of whether you've been with this person 100 years or whatever. Because there is some form of opportunity or enlightenment that requires you to be absolutely potent in your singularity. Now, what does that mean, please, Tarot, in terms of like coupling up? You know, copping off, sharking, as my friends used to call it. I'm going out sharking. What did you call it in your day? I mean, maybe you're still in your day. I don't consider myself in my day. Not now. But, you know, back in the day, if you were going out on the old sharky, going sharking, what did you used to call it? Humour me. Okay. Oh. Oh. This is interesting. Right. What's at the bottom? Ooh. This has come up so far for each sign that I've done. 9 of Wands. Like my Scorpio nails, by the way. Look at that. It's called Interstellar. 9 of Wands. Boundaries. Protection, but without complete defensiveness, so no one can get through. Okay. What are we talking about in your love life? 10 of Pentacles. I know, the meat and potatoes love card. Oh yes. So this may be anything from you and your pets, to you and your friends, to you and your absolute, like, you know, the cartoon, you know, someone you got the massive hots for. But this is like reality. I know. The 3D, the end game. I call it meat and potatoes. You know, like wet tights on the radiator. Let's make this real. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. This is a card not only of someone giving, but more importantly of someone receiving. And reciprocity. And although the 6 of Pentacles can be like in the Rider-Waite, someone giving alms to the poor, which was a tradition in the church. But you know what? Most churches I've been to have a whip round with a hat as well. It goes 2 ways. That's reciprocity. Churches need to heat the building and all that. So when I look at the 6 of Pentacles, I think there's a conversation coming your way, because we have the 8 of Wands with it, about who's giving, who's taking, what the energy exchange is between you and another person. And like I say, it could be anyone from a colleague to a red hot lover, okay? That was like me trying to raise one eyebrow and wink, but I sort of went, kind of segued into my terrible maths face as well. Hang on. There we go. That's better. What was that? Right, I'm going to take one of these for it as well. Wisdom of the Oracle. Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh. Right, ooh, okay, we'll have you, side boob. This used to be my side boob card, but I had to go over it in gold pen because YouTube started getting all salty about it. The Fates. I do love it when you get the Fates. So there is an element here, and we had that with the Moon and the Hermit and the 2 of Wands, of a quest, of a deep dive, of an opportunity, and of you becoming the solo traveller of this experience. Oh yeah. Everywhere you go, chaos and conflict. This is a card that comes, like that death card, where things can't stay the same. That isn't an option, you know? Doesn't matter. I don't mind saying that to Geminis, though, because the horrific thing for a Gemini is if they were to stay the same. Oh, I love this card. This is one of my favourite cards. Message in a bottle. This is It's either a message from a person, literally, in which case it comes in a slightly weird way. Could even be like in a dream, fever dream, whatever. It can also be, let's say you had like an account on social media on a different platform. Surely not. And someone sent you a message on that, but you haven't even logged in for months. And then you just think, do you know what? I'm going to log into my, I don't know, Squarespace or whatever it is, I don't know. And you're like, oh my God, that's weird. There's a message. So when you get this card, it is very much that kind of, that. Something coming to you unexpectedly, but also it's speculative, because to put a message in a bottle is in the spirit of, I trust the universe, it will find the right person, without actually driving to their house and posting it, you know? So I like this. There's a bit of mystique about it. There's a bit of that whole this about it. And you've got the Eight of Wands. So whatever this starts off as, it turns into a bigger conversation. In the extended reading, I'm going to go further into that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some weird and wonderful cards out as well, like the Enchanted Veil Tarot's coming out. Inner Shadows, maybe Sarsaparilla and the Enchanted Veil Oracle. I'm going to have a look at what the obstacles might be, the pitfalls, the things you need to know about, and also just channel some weirdness, because I channel better for you than almost any other sign. The link is in the description box below. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.